cold autumn night, as the air was filled with the scent of rain and light showers fell upon the ground, New York was unusually quiet, despite being the city that never sleeps. In the Brooklyn neighborhood, inside a small, cluttered apartment adorned with papers and old photographs on the walls, Jack Wilson sat on his worn-out chair. Jack, a seasoned photojournalist with a solid reputation for capturing extraordinary and thrilling moments, was far from ordinary. His eyes carried a strange gleam, a mixture of curiosity and an unwavering passion for uncovering the unknown. Across the room, Emily Haynes, a famous horror novelist, held a hot cup of coffee as she flipped through the pages of an old book. Emily was Jack's closest friend, always sharing his interests in the mysterious and intriguing. Together, they often discussed the strange events that occurred around the world and the secrets of the past that remained undiscovered. "Have you ever heard of St. Martin's Hospital?" Emily asked in a calm voice as she looked through the pages of the book. "St. Martin's Hospital? The one that's been shut down for years?" "Yeah, I've heard about it, but I don't know much. There was a mysterious fire there, wasn't there? People say it's haunted," Jack replied, setting his camera aside. "Exactly. I've heard so many stories about that place. But here's the thing. I got special permission to enter. What if we went there? We could write the story together while I take the photos. It might be the opportunity we've been waiting for." Jack paused for a moment, pondering the idea. He knew such adventures always came with risks, but his curiosity pushed him to decide. "All right, if you're serious about this, I'm in, but I want Sam and Sophia to join us." Sam Brenner, a tech enthusiast and one of Jack's friends, had always been passionate about unexplained phenomena. Meanwhile, Sophia Collins, a brilliant psychologist, often provided scientific perspectives on paranormal experiences, making her a perfect addition to the adventure. The following day, the four of them gathered at the entrance of the abandoned St. Martin's Hospital. The large iron gate creaked annoyingly with every touch of the cold wind. The building stood there, dark and ominous, as if harboring a deep secret waiting to be unveiled. "I can't believe we're actually doing this. Are we really going in there?" Sam said, while carrying a bag full of equipment. "Don't worry, Sam. It's all part of the adventure," Emily said, though a hint of uncertainty lingered in her eyes. Jack pushed the rusty iron gate open with some effort, and they stepped into the front yard. The place was eerily dark, and the ground was covered with scattered leaves. The hospital's outer walls were riddled with cracks and strange drawings, adding to the eerie atmosphere. "Have you seen these symbols?" Sophia asked, pointing to strange carvings on one of the walls. "I don't think this is part of the original construction." "This looks new," Jack said as he snapped a photo of the wall's symbols. As they ventured deeper into the hospital, a foul odor filled the air. The hallways were dark and endless, and the dim light from their flashlights added to the place's haunting vibe. They found themselves in the reception area, where there was an old desk and some abandoned chairs. On the desk lay an open, ancient notebook. "What's this?" Emily wondered, carefully flipping through the notebook's pages. "Look here," Sam said, pointing to a page written in strange handwriting. "Beware of what you see. Sometimes your eyes are your enemy." As they explored the abandoned hospital further, an unsettling feeling began to grip everyone. Strange noises echoed through the empty hallways, and shadows moved inexplicably. In one room, they stumbled upon an old recording device. "Does this belong to the group that disappeared here?" Emily asked. "I think so," Sam replied as he attempted to turn the device on. After a few tries, the device suddenly started working, displaying a recorded message on the screen. "If you're watching this, run. Don't trust what you see. Don't even trust yourself." Suddenly, the lights went out, and the sound of approaching footsteps filled the air. In the pitch-black darkness, panic consumed everyone. The footsteps grew louder and heavier, but when they turned their flashlights back on, no one was there. "We need to stick together. If we split up, that will be the worst decision we make," Jack said, trying to keep everyone calm. But Sam began acting strangely. He whispered incomprehensible words and stared at empty corners of the room. "Sam, are you okay?" Sophia asked with concern. He's here. I see him. He's watching us," Sam replied in a low voice as if something had possessed him. "Who's watching us?" "Sam, focus," Emily urged, trying to take control of the situation. But suddenly, Sam started running down the hallways, vanishing into the shadows. Jack chased after him while Sophia and Emily stayed behind. Every time they tried to catch up, Sam disappeared deeper into the darkness, leaving behind eerie echoes. "We need to find Sam before he does something reckless," Jack said, running through the hallways as Sophia and Emily followed, struggling to keep up. They were racing against time, but the shadows seemed to be toying with them at every corner, as if the entire hospital were alive and resisting their escape. "This is unnatural. We have to stop him," Emily shouted, gasping for breath. The darkness grew denser, as if the hospital was consuming them piece by piece. After an exhausting search, they finally found Sam in the old operating room. He stood in the middle of the room, his eyes fixed on something invisible. He appeared utterly lost, as if a foreign mind had taken over his own. "Sam, what are you doing here?" Jack shouted, approaching him. But Sam didn't respond. Instead, he raised his hand and pointed to the opposite wall. Suddenly, words written in blood appeared on the wall. "The darkness knows everything." This can't be real," Emily said, tears welling up in her eyes from fear. "We need to leave now," Sophia said firmly, but suddenly a muffled laugh echoed in the hallway. "Did you hear that?" Emily asked. "Yes, but there can't be a child here," Jack replied, trying to stay calm. As they followed the sound, a small shadow in the shape of a child holding a ball appeared before them. The child approached them slowly, but as it got closer, it vanished into thin air as though it had never been there. "This place, we can't trust it," Jack said, turning to Sophia and Emily. "It's not just the place. There's something here trying to tear us apart," Sophia added, glancing cautiously over her shoulder. The events escalated unnaturally fast. Doors slammed shut on their own, lights flickered randomly, and they heard strange voices. Faces appeared momentarily on the walls, and they heard voices calling their names. "This isn't real," Emily said, trying to keep her composure. "I think this place is alive. It's watching us." "We need to find an exit now," Jack shouted. As they tried to escape, they discovered a locked room. When they managed to open the door, they found dozens of photos and drawings hanging on the walls. To their horror, the pictures were of them, taken before they even arrived at the hospital. "How is this possible?" Emily asked, staring at one of the photos. "It knows us. It knows everything about us," Jack said, examining the photos with bewilderment. While trying to make sense of it all, the strange voices changed. Instead of whispers, they heard muffled screams coming from the depths of the hospital. Jack approached one of the walls, where the sound seemed closest. Pressing his ear to the wall, he heard a scratching sound, as if something was trying to escape. "We need to leave now," Jack said firmly, but before they could move, the door slammed shut behind them.